Hello, hi guys, and welcome back. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this video from my YouTube channel, this is where we live for Christ, Karibu Sana. And if you're watching this video from my Facebook page, welcome. This is where we live for Christ. Yeah, don't forget to leave your comment, to like, and also to share. And if you're on my YouTube channel, kindly don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And from wherever you're watching this from, Karibu Sana. This is where we live for Christ. I really appreciate your time, you taking your time to watch this video, to listen, to comment, to share, to even like. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. So every weekend, we normally sit here to do a devotion whereby we talk about Christ and all that. We encourage each other, we motivate each other using God's word. And well, it's not like we're doing anything so different. I'm just saying. But today, I want us to do something different this weekend. For us, I felt like, well, I want to answer a question that a friend of mine asked me some time back. So I felt it's good that I share with the people, I share from the forums that I have, uh, just so it can help maybe someone out there who really needs it, who really needs such information. It can motivate somebody, it can remind somebody of, there is a God in heaven who is able to do things and who is able to reveal things in your life. So today I want us to talk about calling. Like, what is a calling? And this actually, it came from, well, for me to talk about a calling, it has originated from a question that I was asked by a friend of mine back then, some few years ago. There's a course that I had taken. So I met this friend of mine. We were actually going for a kesha. I remember, and then this friend of mine asked me, okay, he came up to me and he was like, but I'm concerned. I wish to ask you a question. And I was like, well, okay, go ahead. So he asked me this question. Now, what is it that really pushed you into doing this particular course? Because it's a course that is, well, it's taken by people who have already maybe moved from their youth stage, most of them, and they have already decided this is the line to take. So I remember me telling the friend that, to me, that that was a calling. Yeah, it was a calling. I felt it was a calling to me. So he continued asking me, now, what is a calling? And that is what I want to discuss with you today. I would like to share my thoughts, my school of thought. To be honest, well, this is according to me. So I'm just putting a disclaimer. This is according to me and how I understand what a calling is and all that. So I'm just sharing my mind. I'm just sharing my school of thought to you guys. You may have your own opinion, nasipingi, nasitakata. I'm just saying from my point of view. So a calling, well, I remember now explaining it to him, and I was like, a calling to me is something that is so passionate from you. Like, it's something that generates from you. It's a passion. It's something that you have a burning passion for. For example, that is point number one. If you want to know what you're doing is a calling, one, you have a passion for it. In short, you have that love. That's love, like I mean it, love, a lot of love for it. Before you continue, I remember one of my cousins just the other day sent me a photo written. It had it had a photo of two people, and then it was written down there. Your heart is slightly bigger than a normal human heart, not because of anything else, but simply because you're a teacher. So that got me thinking. Well, I laughed, but that got me thinking. A teacher. Oh yeah, and then it hit my head back. I was like, yeah, but it's true. It's true. If you look at teachers, to be honest, just look at teachers, especially a teacher who is so much passionate about their work and their duties and whatever they're supposed to be doing. If you come across such a teacher, you'll realize it's actually a calling for them. And to be honest, you will know the difference between a teacher whose teaching is not just a job or a career, but it's a calling, from the one who just went to school for the sake of it and for the sake of work. Because you'll realize a teacher who is so much passionate, they have this extra something in them, like in as much as they teach kids, in as much as they go about mentorship and coaching, sorry, and coaching like the young ones and all that, you'll realize a teacher whose teaching is not just a career, there is something in them that they do in an extra, or rather, they go an extra mile than other teachers. Yeah, so as I was saying, a calling, one, you'll know that whatever you're doing is a calling when you realize you've got a lot of passion in it, you have a lot of love for it, and regardless of whatever, hata nini happen, like you already have a passion for it, and you're there, like you're there with all your mind, your heart, your soul, you're giving your all. Okay, so the second thing that will make you know that whatever you're doing is actually a calling and not just anything else. It's something that really makes you feel bad when you don't give it your best. Okay, yeah, that is how I understand it according to me. Because one, to be honest, if I don't, if maybe I'm called upon to go and talk to teenagers, by the way, I love teenagers. I do. I have a big heart for teenagers. So, for instance, if I'm talking to teenagers and then I feel like, well, I was not that much prepared maybe for this talk, or maybe I don't feel as if I've given my all. It makes me feel a little bit bad. Why? Because I always think I should actually give everything in me, because honestly you can only give what you have. Yeah, so a calling number two, you feel bad if you don't, or maybe you start having some low moments if you feel like you didn't give it your best. And then thirdly, number three, if you want to know that whatever you're doing or whatever you really feel in your heart you want to do is a calling to you, like you're able to endure a lot, yani endurance, you're able to endure whatever happens. One of my mentors keeps on telling me that you have to develop a thick skin, Rachel. He keeps on repeating that you have to develop a thick skin. And one time I asked myself, now what is a thick skin? It was until I had to go through some challenges at different workplaces where I have worked, and I was like, yeah, by the way, that is true. I need to develop a thick skin. That endurance. You know that whatever you're doing is a calling and not just any other job or any other career. When you are able, or maybe when you, sio ile ya kujikaza, ile umejisukuma tu, but you're able to endure everything for the sake of you maintaining the standards of whatever it is that you're doing. That is number three. Then the other thing about a calling, maybe you have some other ideas, or maybe something else that you would like to add. You can add from my page. You can just put it down there. Let us learn together. From my YouTube channel, you can always comment it, and if you like maybe to talk to me, okay, hiyo nitamalizia nayo nikimaliza. So number four thing that you should look for, if you want to know that whatever it is you're doing is actually a calling, is the other thing is you always think about the other person more than you think of yourself. I'm not trying to say that you don't have self-love. You have self-love, and that is why you're able to endure. That is why you're able to give it your best, and that is why you have a lot of love and passion in whatever you're doing. But the other thing, the fourth thing, as I am saying, is like you always find yourself thinking. Sorry, there is a lot of wind. I'm just somewhere outside. I hope you can hear me. What I'm saying is you are always thinking about the other person. Yeah, thinking about the other person instead of you most of the time. You'll realize, like a teacher will not only think about themselves. For example, let's say today in the morning it was raining and it is a school day, and the teacher is supposed to be on duty, and on duty like in the morning before as the students are coming in from home, and then they're also on duty, they're having maybe the first lesson in the morning. So you'll realize a teacher who has a calling in them, you'll realize they'll not even start worrying on how, oh, mimi nitaenda aje shule, there is a lot of mud, I don't have gumboots, I don't have sijui an umbrella or whatever. But you'll realize that they'll maybe sit down and start planning. By the way, today is a rainy day. By the way, I can teach this child this thing. Um, maybe I can teach this child about weather. Maybe this is the best time to teach the child about a rainy season, because there are rains, so they'll be able to, to relate. So it will be easy for me to make them understand this is a rainy, like this is a rainy season. Na kama ni weather, it's a cold weather. Today is cold, today is sunny, and all that. Yeah, you'll realize some such kind of stuff. Maybe ndizo anafikiria as a teacher. Yeah, so that is another thing. You think about the other person. Yeah, the other person. And maybe before we can even continue, calling, according to me, it really carries a lot of stuff. But to be honest, a calling is something, let me just put more emphasis on this. It's something that you really, 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 really have a lot of love in it. Like regardless of whoever tells you what, you're always willing. Like you have that much love, that love can make you do so many other things. Love can make you even sacrifice your time, sacrifice your money, or maybe your material things. It can make you do a lot of stuff simply because of love. Yeah, so love carries everything. So in a calling, if you want to know that you have a calling, maybe in business, you have a passion for it. Yeah, you have a love for it. Search within yourself. Even David, in the psalm, or rather maybe the person, one of the authors of the book of Psalm, wrote, and he was like, he was like telling God, search my heart, and see if there is anything evil in me, and lead me in your everlasting ways. Just search my heart. And searching your heart does not necessarily mean that you'll always find something that is evil, like everything is evil in you. Everything is bad in you. You can always even search yourself. Search your heart and get to realize, get to understand what it is made of. Like, what is that thing that is really, really burning within you, that thing that really makes you feel, you feel like, wow. But then I realized, I've also come to learn, a calling will always make you happy. Yeah, like regardless of the many challenges you might go through in them, as you're doing whatever you're doing, it will always bring you peace. Just peace. Even when people fight you from right, from left, from center, from all over, even from around you, even when your family don't accept whatever you're doing, even when your friends start talking ill about you, yani something that you're so much passionate about will always bring you joy and peace. Yeah, so that is what I'm winding up with. Yeah, I hope it has helped somebody else somewhere. Very soon we'll also talk about talents and gifts. I've come to realize, even as grown ups as we are, some people are even in their 30s and they have not even realized, maybe their talent, they have a talent, they have a gift. According to me, now a disclaimer again, according to me, I understand that there is no one in the world today who does not have a talent in them, and who does not have a gift in them. Because, to be honest, God created you with a purpose. It's for you now to get to know what the purpose is. Are you together? Yeah. So, but that is according to me. But that is what I always believe. And every time I talk to teenagers, I love teenagers. So every time I talk to teenagers, I keep on telling them,